This life is full of stories. In fact, life itself is one big story. A story that is bound to continue after we, the so-called characters, are gone. And we spend most of our lives trying to figure out exactly what this story called life is about. Human beings ourselves are nothing but stories, all connected one way or the other. But we are still stories, feeble stories, and we are nothing but blades of grass in a field. Green grasses that will eventually turn brown and fade to dust. But that doesn't stop us from striving to be better versions of ourselves, even if we would have to do the impossible. One particular train of stories that has always caught my attention on my journey has been the reason why people decide to travel, especially in our part of the world. So I went around and asked random people that if you had the chance to travel to Europe or America and become a citizen, would you take it?
I will do. I will not do it.
You will not do it?
Yes.
So why wouldn't you?
I'll become a new citizen over there. I'm coming to climatize myself and all those things. So
I go fly and fly. I don't need visa. I go just fly and fly though.
Why?
If I get a chance, I will give it to my children to go, so that when they go, I will get some benefits inside. To the age of me, I can't go and do anything, so I will let my children go.
The chance comes today, right now.
If the chance comes now, I will carry my this I don't go reach ourselves.
This country is hot.
The country is too much, Charlie. That's so very.
I will sit here just a second.
I will not spend my time for a year, Charlie.
As early as possible. If you Ghana make her too much, you can even just look at the season that we did inside. Very hot, too hot. Full of economic problems. So as early as possible, less than 30 minutes, I feel go to America.
It's not the Ghana matter, it's like a generation curse to Africa. We have a very big problem. If the Garcia should be trekking, I will even trek and go. Nothing here, waiting there, sun. You can see I'm holding this into Kuma temper. The sun is too hot.
It's not hot because of the heat you see. What I'll try to say is that boys are suffering.
Next, I interviewed friends and family with unique perspectives on travel from their own experiences.
Knowing the benefits of being a Ghanaian, I think I'll rather stay Ghanaian. I'll rather embrace the challenges. I mean, Ghana has a lot of problems, but I feel like problems bring solutions, and these solutions are money. So it's up to me to find the money in those problems.
Probably I would.
Okay, why would you do it?
I feel like there are limited opportunities here. It's more of 1% taking helm of affairs over here and leaving the masses to suffer.
So, based on the time you spent here and as compared to your whole life you've been in Ghana, which do you prefer?
I loved Germany, I loved my experience, but the persona I am now is because I was brought up in Ghana, and I'm forever grateful for that. So
is there anything in particular you are trying to escape from in the States?
In the States, in the snakes, in the United States, Black people are under attack. We are mentally and physically, but mostly mentally enslaved. It starts early. It starts from education. Whenever you're taught that Christopher Columbus is the one who discovered America, when nobody talks about Mansa Musa, who was in America thousands of years before that, and African himself. We don't learn about ourselves in schools. We only learn about white history and white people. And the little things we do learn about ourselves are through a lens of victimhood.
There's huge opportunities here in Africa, huge development opportunities. You know, one of the things that struck me about Ghana is that there's a huge amount of entrepreneurial spirit. You know, when we go to Medina Market or we go to different places, we see that. Personally, if I was starting out in my career, that I would rather be here because there's just more opportunity for upside.
I got a chance to interview Mama Makeda, a spoken word artist from West Oakland, on Radio Universe's Open Air Theatre show. What do you have to say with regards to the perceptions that African people have about life in America?
I was born in 1951, and not just one generation or two from slavery. And so, and we didn't have black dolls either. And I remember getting a black doll and hiding it. So my perception of black was not beautiful until James Brown saying, I'm black and I'm proud. And we started wearing our hair natural, and the revolution was on, and I could see how beautiful we really were, especially when we stopped trying to emulate the things about us that was not black.
Is there anything in particular that would you wish to escape from in America? That's why you want to get your family here.
Slavery.
Slavery.
Yeah, we're still enslaved. Financially, physically, emotionally. It might not look that way to outsiders, but it is. And when I came here, it's the first time in my life I could breathe. So it's no different. It's just like cotton, only the people have become the cotton. Ghana, I was born in America, but I belong to you. I am the hope and the dream of the African man, woman, and child who crossed the water and refused to die but survived. I am the voice that cried out from the bows of a slave ship and the end of a bloody rope, pleading for you to come for me. For 400 years. And now I am here pouring myself out all over you in this place, and I am crying out to you again. Ghana, take me back to a place where my black really is beautiful, where my feet know the dance of my people and the rhythm is engraved in my bones. Ghana, take me back to freedom that wakes me up every day, and I can wear peace like it's my favorite dress. Back to a place where my mind can rest, and my wounds can bleed the red, green, yellow, and black of truth. Ghana, take me back. I was born in America. Miyaya, Ghana, Dia. I just want to encourage people who are thinking about coming here to come and experience freedom.
So what made you decide to come to Africa?
I recognize that, the best thing that we can do for African people is to strengthen Africa. I wouldn't say I was running away from anything, because you can't run away from who you are. We run from here and we run to Europe, or we run to America, and then we find ourselves sleeping on the street or homeless. We find ourselves struggling just to get food to eat. So we haven't escaped from our life of struggle, our life of oppression. And similarly, you can't just run from another place and come here and think that Africa is paradise. It doesn't work that way. It's the same motivation, I think, for many of us. I mean, you can't fault someone for wanting to improve the quality of their life. It's out of that need or that desire, that aspiration, that they seek greener pastures. We haven't been well informed, and we think that those greener pastures are over there, wherever that is. But then once we get there, it's not what we expect. We don't tell the truth to all of those people who would want to follow us, and tell them that, it's not as green as I was thinking. I lived with people born on the continent of Africa as college mates, and they would borrow shoes and ties and shirts from friends so that they could take a photo to send back home, because they didn't want it to look, unpresentable. They wanted to make them feel like they were successful. But I knew what their life was like. It's difficult. It's our challenge.
My search for answers and opinions on the issue at hand took me all the way to Nima, a popular Zongo community in Accra. I spoke to Larry Amino, a friend based in Nema running an NGO called Spread Out Initiative, which is geared towards providing meaningful community impact. I've known Larry to be an accomplished artist with a lot of street art to his credit, and I wanted to find out why he prefers to stay in his community and push for social impact.
I don't want to forget my roots, and it's necessary. I was born in Lima, grew up in Lima, and one thing as a young guy is to display your mind, to search for the future within. There's a future within, not outside. Where we are going, there's no future over there. Because these are the mistakes most of us are doing. You go now, it's a new community to you. No matter what you do, you're not organized. But if you are able to organize your community and even give it back to your community, I think that's necessary. I don't need to go to America or Europe. Now, I prefer to be in Africa and do my own experience. But if I'm going there, in search of knowledge, to broaden scope of my knowledge, to come and, train my community, fine, I'll go. But if I'm going there to live my life, I don't do that.
In search of answers, I traveled to a village in the Volta region called Havui. My mom had lived and worked in Norway for 7 years and worked in Accra for some time, and had now relocated to set up her own business in her hometown. Havui is my idea of greener pastures. There is fresh fish, fresh food, unlimited supply of coconuts. I wanted to find out why someone who has experienced European life would prefer to finally settle in rural Ghana.
In the first place, I've always loved my hometown. I think it's a wonderful place. It's a beautiful place. This place actually enriched my life as a person. High school. I work in Norway as a volunteer youth leader in a crisis center. Norway's got all the opportunities that we could have. But going outside and staying outside depends on what one wants in life. My values simply are different for people who want to stay outside. I'm proudly African, and I've chosen to come back to rural Ghana because each time I came home, I realized that things were getting out of hand. The youth didn't have mentors, and they are in the village. All they see is that people coming from the city with their cars and nice clothing, and they want that, but they don't make much of themselves while they are here, while there are opportunities. There is a very good school in this village. I teach the children, I help them with their homework, and I see they are as good at schools in the city. Some are even better. Traveling outside, I think it's good for everyone. It gives you an exposure. But the rest depends on you. What do you do with the opportunities you get out there? What do you bring back home? The best place for anyone is their home. Home is where you are truly free. Home is where you can be yourself.
The place we come from is the place our soul is itching to flourish at. Our ancestry, that was ripped apart and transplanted across oceans, is crying to get back to the nappy black soil it belongs to. Maybe home is nothing but broken down walls of mud that once had laughter. Maybe home is an endless stretch of rusted roofing sheets, standing tight together like an army. Maybe home is filled with gutters and tasty street foods, trotro rides and smiley faces, stress and dehydration. Maybe home is corruption, misplaced priorities and failed systems. Maybe home is the very thing killing me and keeping me alive at the same time. Or it's the very place I'm running from or running to. Maybe home is literally a shithole, and my dreams are nothing but maggots pretending to be caterpillars, hoping to turn into butterflies someday. Well, where the shit is now is where the grasses will one day grow greener. And maybe someday we too can boast of green grasses.
Enter Oibo white man's land. Africa say I go Filmmaker more than you. But it's bad. The way I call the check like say my boss don't freeze hard. boss don't
First stories, second stories, third stories. This is our story.